Have you ever wondered why women get so intrigued when you ignore them? It seems contradictory, but there's a reason behind it. Welcome to Time for Girls, where we explore the secrets of relationship, seduction, and self-development. Today, we're diving into a controversial and fascinating topic: why ignoring a woman can drive her crazy. This is an important subject because the way we behave, especially at the beginning of an interaction, can have a huge impact on how we are perceived. Understanding the psychology behind this can give you an edge in your relationships and flirtations. Ignoring a woman might seem like a risky and even counterintuitive strategy. After all, you don't want her to think you're not interested, right? But the truth is, when done correctly, this behavior can actually increase her attraction and interest in you. Today, we'll explore how and when ignoring can work to your advantage, and more importantly, when it can backfire. We'll discuss the different phases of an interaction and how to adapt your approach in each one. But before we continue, don't forget to give a like to help us keep sharing valuable content like this. Ready? Let's go. The mistake in the first interaction. Let's start by talking about the mistake many make right in the first interaction: ignoring the woman. If you've already shown interest, like making eye contact or smiling, ignoring her afterward can make her think you're not really interested. She might interpret your behavior as mere friendly courtesy, not romantic intention. Now, if you haven't even made initial contact with her, ignoring her is even less effective. In that case, she doesn't even know you exist. You become invisible to her, and there's no way she can be interested in someone she hasn't noticed. So what's the right approach in the first interaction? Be proactive when you see an interesting woman. Take the initiative, engage in conversation, show that you're interested, and start building a connection. This not only demonstrates confidence, but also lays a solid foundation for future interactions. Remember, the key here is to show genuine interest and be authentic. By being proactive and engaging from the start, you increase your chances of making a lasting and positive impression. The tack of ignoring after initial connection. Now let's talk about the tactic of ignoring after establishing an initial connection. After you've gotten her number or added her on social media, the dynamics change a bit. Ignoring for a short period can actually work in your favor. Why? Because it creates anticipation and curiosity. When you don't respond immediately, she starts to wonder what you're doing, what you're thinking, and this raises your value in her eyes. It's that chase feeling that many talk about. This tactic makes you seem more confident and less desperate, which is incredibly attractive. She starts imagining and waiting for your next contact, which can increase her interest even more. However, it's crucial to maintain balance. Ignoring for too long can have the opposite effect, causing doubts and insecurity. She might start thinking you're not really interested or that something is wrong. So use this tactic sparingly. A brief period of silence can heighten tension and desire, but prolonging it too much can end up damaging the connection you started to build. Remember, the goal is to create curiosity and anticipation, not confusion or insecurity. Find the right balance, and you'll see how powerful this approach can be. The relationship building phase. As the relationship progresses and you start building something more solid, the tactic of ignoring can become very dangerous if you've already shown red flags like inconsistency in communication, excessive jealousy, or lack of direction. Ignoring will only reinforce these concerns. Your partner might interpret your silence as confirmation of her fears, which can push her away even more. In a serious relationship, ignoring without reason can lead to serious problems and even breakups. Your partner might start doubting herself, wondering what she did wrong, causing significant emotional strain. If you stay silent for too long, she might lose patience and decide it's better to move on without you. So what's the best approach in this phase? Open communication and addressing issues directly. If something is bothering you, talk about it. If you need space, explain it to her. Being honest and direct about your feelings and needs helps build trust and strengthens the bond between you. Remember, ignoring it can work in some specific moments, but in a growing relationship, transparency and communication are always the best strategies. They show that you value the relationship and are willing to work to make it succeed. The man of phenomenon. Now, let's talk about a very common phenomenon called the man of. The concept of a man cave refers to the physical or mental space where men retreat to deal with stress or emotions. When we face work problems, personal challenges, or simply need some time for ourselves, it's natural to seek refuge in activities that bring us comfort, like watching sports, playing video games, or just staying quiet. However, this behavior can be interpreted by women as personal rejection from Their perspective our retreat might seem like emotional withdrawal, which can cause insecurity and make them wonder if they did something wrong. So how to avoid this misunderstanding? The answer is simple communication. Explain to your partner that sometimes you need time to recharge and deal with your emotions. Reaffirm your commitment to her, making it clear that this withdrawal has nothing to do with your relationship, but is a personal need for space. By being transparent about your needs, you help prevent her from interpreting your absence as a sign of disinterest or rejection. This not only prevents misunderstandings, but also strengthens mutual trust and understanding in the relationship. Remember, the key here is open communication. When you explain your needs and reaffirm your commitment, you create an environment of emotional security for both. The intentional power play. Now we're entering a bit more delicate territory, the intentional power play. There are situations where ignoring can be used as a conscious strategy to restore balance in the relationship. If your partner has become complacent or disrespectful, ignoring her can serve as a reminder of what she could lose. This sudden withdrawal can lead her to reassess her actions and make an effort to regain your attention and respect. When you withdraw your attention, you create a void that she will instinctively try to fill. This can lead to a positive change in her behavior, making her more attentive and caring. This tactic can be effective in resetting boundaries and reaffirming your value in the relationship. However, it's crucial to use this strategy with great care. Ignoring intentionally should have a clear and specific goal and should not be prolonged. If you extend this period of silence too long, it can create resentment and further damage the relationship. The secret is to find the right balance, enough for her to realize the importance of her actions, but not so much is to create a barrier between you. Use this tactic as a form of indirect communication, showing that certain attitudes are unacceptable without constantly verbalizing it. Remember, the goal here is to promote a positive change, not to create a cycle of punishment. The power play should be a tool to improve the relationship dynamic, not to create more conflicts. To wrap up, I want to reinforce the importance of open communication and balance in interactions. Be clear about your needs and maintain balance to avoid misunderstandings. Now guys, communication is key. Ignoring has its right moment, but knowing when and how to use this tactic is crucial. Balance is everything. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried any of these strategies? Leave your comments and share your experiences below. Lastly, I want to say that creating these videos takes time and requires editing tools, and if you want to support the channel and help keep this content coming, consider buy me a beer through the link in the pinned comment. So if you think the content is helpful and want to see more of virtual beer, is always welcome. Your support is essential for us to keep bringing valuable tips on relationships and self-improvement. See you next time.